Alright, what's going on, guys? Today we are doing a JAX team fighting guide because someone in my Twitch chat asked me to, and so I figured, yeah, that's a good idea for a video. Let me do it. I have some recent games that I played that are really good and showcase how you want to team fight with JAX, and so yeah, here to go over them. Hold up, dude, I gotta sneeze. Give me one moment. Oh, bless me. So, anyway, the main premise with Jax team fighting is you want to land stuns which help your team out. And so, towards the start of the fight, you usually want to be hopping on either their carries from a flank or their front line. And either way, you usually want to hop on like two people, stun them, and hit your ult, because then you'll get a bunch of resistances from your ult, and you're also landing a two-man stun, which is good. From there, the main idea is you generally want to see if you should keep going forward or if you should back out because they deal too much damage. So I'll show you what I mean, right? This game, there's a lot of good team fights, right? We're really far behind, and so we have to team fight really well. And so you'll see this first one here. I'm going to turn down game volume because I don't want it to be too loud for this. And so you'll see this first one here, right? In their front line here, we have Rel, Urgot, Vladimir, Lee Sin, right? And so, as I see these minions dying, my Alistar goes in, right? Pop my stun, go in, stun 3 people, pop my ult to get a bunch of resistances. But then you'll see I immediately back out. Now, I'll say this right now. I think I actually flashed like an idiot here. I thought I was going to die. But looking back on it, they didn't really have any kill threat on me, so I should have just stayed in it, right? But anyway, we chase them down. And then the next thing you want to do, guys, is when you're team fighting, you don't always want to focus on one person and tunnel on them, right? Like, from this position here, I could have just tunnel visioned on this Vladimir and, like, tried to Q to him, chase him down. But I see that my Xerath is dying to Lee Sin, right? So it's better for me to just go on Lee here, stun him up. Again, just playing with my Jhin and my Alistar in the back line and killing their front line, right? Instead of looking to kill the enemy back line. And so that's the first example, right? You jump in, you stun people, you pop your ult, and then you generally want to like back up after that while you wait for your cooldowns to come back up. And then you go back in, right? And so anyway, some shit happens. Gwen ends up dying. My whole team actually ends up dying, including me. So we kind of throw. But the next example of a team fight was here, I believe. And so let me show you guys this one as well, right? Enemy team's like about to end the game. I come back, and you'll see we do the same exact thing, right? Oh, wait, it was just before this, actually. Hold on. So, enemy team's like about to end the fucking game, right? Come back, my Gwen goes in, dies. I jump in to 5 people and I stun them all, pop my ult, get a bunch of resistances, hit for a bit, and then I flash out, right? And this is what you want to do in most of your fights, right? You go in, you get a stun, you soak up damage, you deal as much damage as you can, and then you either flash out or you Q out to safety before you can die. It's easier to Q out when you're in the later stages of the game because your Q will be a really low cooldown. Right now it's still 5.6 seconds just because I haven't got to upgrade it that much. But yeah, that's the main idea, right? You jump in, you stun a bunch of people, pop your ult, start like hitting them up, and then you get out before you die, right? And then you'll see, again, we do the same thing, right? We come down here, and instead of going for their backline, I just hit the front line, right? I play with my Jhin, and then I Q to my Xerath to get out of the fight before dying, right? It's all about landing stuns, landing your ult, and then being slippery enough, can't talk, to not die afterwards, right? And so the next example of a team fight, I don't know, is it around here? This isn't really a great team fight. So in this game, this is another thing I want to bring up. Some games you're like the 1v9 carry and you want to be just like diving on their backline trying to kill them. This game, my Jhin and Xerath are the carries, right? Like, I kind of got shit stomped in lane. I did not play very well in lane, and I'm really far behind. And so, when you're behind like this, or even, your main function is to play for your carries, right? So I'm basically just trying to be a frontline and protect the damage dealers on my team this entire game. That's the main premise of what I'm trying to do as JAX this game. Until eventually I become strong enough to kill people myself. And so the next fight I want to take a look at was... Is it this one here? Yeah, it is, right? So my team engages here, and I TP to this ward, right? And just watch how I play, right? So, first things first, let's take note, I have zhonyas now. Zhonyas is a game changer for JAX in team fightings, right? It makes JAX so much better at team fighting, it's not even funny. And you'll see why in a sec here. So, right here, coming in, right? Same idea. I see people clumped up, so I just want to jump on them, pop my E. I get kicked away by Lee Sin, but I pop my ult, start hitting people, use my zhonyas because I see Vladimir has like a red Q coming up, and I just didn't want to die, right? Jump on the Mel and the Vlad, stun both, get them killed, chase down Lee Sin, who eventually dies after almost killing me. Champion's just fucking broken, I swear to God. Bro just almost one-shot me there. Stupid. That Lee Sin can even come close to killing JAX. Dumb. Anyway, that's another good example, right? And how you should use zhonyas is kind of the same idea as earlier, where you jump in, you pop your ult, and then you Q away. With zhonyas, it's the same thing. It just, you don't have to Q away, right? You jump in, you pop your ult, you get some damage off. You zhonyas before you take too much damage. That way you can come out with your E up and then kill them after that, right? So you get to use like 2 stuns in one fight. Really good. And then this next fight, which takes place here, is kind of the same thing, right? Instead of trying to dive on their backline, I'm just playing around my Xerath and my Jhin, and I see Rel goes in, so it's like, okay, I'm just going to sit here with Xerath and kill Rel real quick. And then I just jump on the closest target, Vladimir, and again, use my E to stun 2 people in the front line, right? Makes it a lot easier for my backline to play. That's a little thing, actually, to look at here. So, use my E to stun these people. But, guys, whenever you see someone, like, low HP like this near you and your Q is up, like, just kill them, right? I see Mel is in zhonyas, and so it's like, alright, I'm just gonna Q this guy. Q on her, auto attack to get to kill zhonyas so that we don't die while we're, while our E is down here. Come out of zhonyas, E is back up, so we try to, E flash to get the Vladimir. He flashes well, though. Yeah, another example, like just playing front to back, killing the enemy front line, and just looking for group stuns can do so much for your team as JAX. You don't always have to look to kill the enemy backline. Sometimes you can just look to kill their front line, and it does wonders for your team, right? I don't know, we just end up killing them, and we end up winning this game. I guess this is another good example, right? So here, my team's trying to siege, and I'm like, okay, you know, these are the useful people. I'm the utility carry here. So I just go forward. Urgot goes in. So I just focus on killing Urgot. Pop my zhonyas again, because I see I'm starting to get low, right? And then immediately out of it, right, I see that my backline is still alive and healthy. And so I just want to Q on this Mel and Vladimir, right? And so that's what I do. Try to stun the Mel, right? I.e., I Q on her to try to get the stun. She flashes away, so then I just backtrack, right? Same idea. Same idea, just a different scenario, right? You go in, and then you back up to your team. I go in, I look for a stun on the Mel, she flashes, so then I click backwards and just go for the Vladimir, right? And play with my backline. Same idea, guys. It would be bad if I just kept walking forward at Mel here, right? So you go in, you try to get your stun, make a play, kill people if you can, and then you kite back to your team until your cooldowns are back up. And you'll see I'm playing around, and once my cooldowns are back up, I go in again, right? And this is just how you want to team fight with JAX. It's the best way to do so. So yeah, that was the first game. I think I have 2 more that I want to look at, so I'll see you guys there. Alright guys, so this next game, we're playing JAX into a really disrupting enemy team comp, right? They have a lot of like easy CC. Obviously there's Gragas, who's fucking annoying. Hui, Figures, Janna can like push you back with her ult and knock you up. Briar has undodgeable CC. Enemy team comp is just really fucking annoying to play against this game. So it does present some challenges for us to play JAX, but you'll see we kind of play with the same idea. So let me just play it out, right? For the start of this game, didn't really have too much impact. Won my lane, but lost a few like dragon fights and shit. That's why I'm 2-4. But anyway, I find this Janna just in the river, so I just start hitting her while my team is hitting them here. Chase Janna down, get her to flash. Have a sick flank here. I pop my E to try to stun this way. Unfortunately, he fears me away. Sucks. But alright, same idea, guys. Right? Same idea I've been preaching. Okay, Hui flashes away. What am I going to do? I'm not going to chase Hui and Viego here, right? I'm just going to kite back and help my team deal with this Briar, right? You go for some enemies, and then you kite back to your team. Main idea when playing JAX, right? That's all you want to do in these team fights. It's nice and easy. Anyway, we're blue side, so where are times where we get a lot of kills? Alright, this just looks troll. Looks like I just die. Let me see. TP to this Baron, we somehow fucking steal it. Yeah, not too much to look at here. I believe the next best team fight, yeah, this was tilting, dude. My team just like died while I'm pushing mid wave in. This was sad. But anyway, the next best team fight was here. And so I want to show you guys how I play it, right? I'm kind of the primary engage for our team, right? My role this game was kind of to be primary engage. We don't really have any good engage, so I kind of just got to be a frontline and engage well for my team. This is one thing just to show you guys, right? I get caught out here by the Hui E. Ward hop away, but it still hits me, so you'll see I pop my zhonyas with the Hui ult on me just so that I can dodge that and Q out to safety, right? And then you'll see here, right? Because I know I'm primary engage, as soon as this Gragas uses E and I meld with me, I flash right on him, right? And I chunk him out well. This gets Gragas out of the fight. So then again, right? I go for this guy and then I backpedal and go back to help my team, right? See Janna here, get her down to 1 HP. I'm looking at Briar, but it's like, okay, if I can Q on the Janna, I can just one-shot her. Q on her, start walking away, right? I'm clicking away because I got the kill on Janna. No need to chase these two when I can just collapse on this guy, right? Same idea. I sound like a broken record, but it's how you want to play. And I too often see JAX players, like when I'm coaching them or whatever, they just try to like run on the enemy backline the entire fight. And it's not how you want to play, right? You want to be kiting in and out. So, Q on the Janna, kill her, come back, east on the Briar, kill that bitch. And then, yeah, go from there, play from there. We get Elder, and then I believe we go and take Baron, but I'm not positive. We might just end up team fighting here. No, yeah, so we take Baron. At this point, right, the game's pretty much over. I don't know if I do too much from here. Doesn't look like it. One shot the Janna at the end there. Pop zhonyas. But, shit, dude, I gotta sneeze again. Some sort of allergies or some shit, bro. I don't know. I went skiing yesterday, but I shouldn't have allergies in the winter, man. It's weird. Anyway, yeah, just those two team fights, right? Just to show the main principle of, like, you go, you try to stun the squishies in this case, or, like, be the main engage, and then you kite back to your team and you kill their frontline, right? It's just a really good way to play JAX. You usually don't want to just be, like, gunning for the enemy carry. Especially if their sums are up. If you know their sums are down and your flash is up, then yeah, you can. But if their sums are up and they have good support to PLM and shit, you just want to go in, stun them, pop your ult, soak up some damage, and then kite back to your team and help kill the enemy frontline, right? Your main goal as JAX in team fights is to just soak up attention and spells and all that shit and stun people, right? That's like what you want to do as JAX. Long gone are the days where you just like 1v9, you know, build Ginsu's Rage Blade and like hit everyone and beat them all to death, right? These days you kind of got to play with your backline more. And so one more game to look at. I will pull it up right now. All right, guys. So this next game, we're playing JAX with again two good like AP mages, and then Ambessa. Sorry, this guy's name's Grell. Ambessa, who just builds like full lethality and looks to go on the enemy AD carry, right? So again, our primary job this game is to kind of be a pseudo frontline tank, right? Play for our Syndra and our Lux to get their spells off, keep them safe. stun up the enemy front line, get on MF if we can, but overall we just want to be a pseudo tank and get a lot of stuns off, right? And so the first team fight that we can look at is probably this here, right? So my team is like playing around in here. Grab the river fruit, get a nice kill on Galio, and you'll see here, right? I want to protect my Lux, and I want her to be able to fight here. So what do? I jump on the Irelia. I'm not trying to jump on the Misfortune. I don't know what this fucking noise is, but it's pissing me off. I'm just going to turn volume off, right? I don't want to just, like, beeline for Misfortune, try to kill her. I'm trying to help my Lux play, right? I want to do whatever I can to let Lux play the game. And so I just mark enemy Irelia this entire fight and kill her, right? Sometimes you want to do that, right? Your main goal is to just make it so that your backline can play the game in a lot of these team fights, right? And so, yep, that's just a small little skirmish where we do that. This next one is down in bot lane, right? Me and Lee Sin are going to try to kill this Irelia. Enemy team collapses. Again, same idea that I was talking about before, right? Where you kind of play for your cooldown. So I go in, I stun her up, hit her a few times, kite back because Pantheon ult is coming in. And so you'll see, I just kind of stand around here for a bit. And then once I see my E coming back up, I go in, finish off the Irelia, pop the stun, Pantheon flashes, kill him. And then, yeah, we ward hop out, Q out of there. Pretty good. Guys, make sure you use ward hops as well. There's one time in this game where I escape really nicely with the ward hop, but I don't remember where it is, right? Then we come back out, and you'll see, again, at this point, right, I see that I have my backline carries here with me. And so I'm just trying to hit the enemy tank and kill them and play front to back. And it's really good, right? Solid little skirmish, really flips the game in our favor. And now the next thing I want to look at, don't think it's here. Nah, this looks like trash. I don't know what the fuck happened here. Is probably around here, maybe. Okay, so my team did well, and I just like play front to back, right? I just stun the Galio. Is whatever. There's one really good team fight, and I believe it's here. Okay, so here, right? I come in, and again, you'll see, right? I just hop on the two closest, like, front lines that they have, right? Their Galio and their Pantheon. But you'll see, something you want to do, right, is when you're hitting the front line, guys, sometimes, instead of going back, if the enemy ADC is, like, right next to you, you can just proceed to go on the enemy AD, right? So I see that my Ambessa goes on Misfortune, so I just follow it up, right? Pop my stun, flash stun, kill the MF, and then I kite back and help my backline deal with their front line, right? Hit Skarner a bit, but realize I'm not going to kill that guy. Irelia is a more important target, so Q on her. Get the stun. Kill that bitch. Fortunately, she kills our Syndra, but it's chill. My team ends up trolling a bit and dying, so we don't end up ending the game there. But yeah, again, let's just take another look at that, right? Starting off the fight, you Q onto their front line, right? Didn't pop my ult. Should have. Pop my ult now. Alright, get your resistances up. And then I'm hitting the front line. And from here, you either keep helping your team deal with the front line, or, like I said, you Q to the enemy carry if they're out of position, right? So in general, right, I know I was saying to kite back to your team if you're about to die. Okay, well, in this case, I'm not about to die. I'm fine. You know, I still have zhonyas, I'm pretty sure. I'm really tanky. And I have my ult pop, so I'm not about to die. And guys, when the enemy carry walks up out of position and you're able to Q on them, always Q on them, right? Use my flash to finish off the MF, and then we just come back, right? And then my next thought here is like, okay, I can keep hitting Skarner, but that would be kind of retarded to do. So I just jump on Irelia instead, because that's their next biggest damage dealer. Help the team kill Irelia, and then, yeah, ends up being a really good fight for us. And I believe this last one is the last one, right? So we get a nice pick on Irelia, help team kill Pantheon, get chunked up a bit, so I pop my zhonyas in order to not die, get my cooldowns back. Miss my ult like a fucking pig. Try to stun Galio, he flashes away, so now I'm taking it slow, right? Waiting for my cooldowns to come back up, not queuing on this guy, not doing anything crazy. Sundered Sky proc, Q to my teammate. Just don't want to get in the chance where I die. And then again here, right? I see that MF walks up way too fucking close. Like, what is this guy doing? So, pop my E, Q on her, get the stun. Ambessa follows up. We one-shot her. Kill the Skarner, kill the Galio, we end the game, right? So, those are 3 games. When the enemy AD carry walks up out of position, or any enemy carries, feel free to Q on them and stun. It's really about just recognizing your role in these fights, right? And how strong you are, right? And how strong your backline is. Some games, like the first one we went over, my main role is to just help my backline live, right? I just want to be stunning the enemy frontline and giving my backline a chance to play. Some games like this one, well, we might not have great backline access on MF with Skarner and Galio and Irelia and Pantheon in front of her. And so when she walks up out of position, you'll want to Q on her immediately and try to kill her, right? And same with like other carries. And then other than that, it's just target selection, right? Like if Galio, Skarner, and Irelia are alive, focus the Irelia. Help your team kill Irelia. Don't waste time hitting these two. But yeah, guys, at the end of the day, you can watch guides like this, and they will prove useful and help you out watching high-level play. But at the end of the day, a lot of learning League of Legends, and specifically team fights and skirmishes, is just pattern recognition. It's just playing the game a lot. You just gotta play the game a lot, and you'll recognize the situations where you should stun their front line and play for your back line versus situations where you should look for flanks and try to Q on the enemy back line and get a good stun and kill them, right? So a lot of it is pattern recognition. You can learn from guides like this, and I hope you guys do learn from this one. But a lot of it does come down to just playing the game yourself. So get those reps in, and you'll learn to be better. But yeah, the main mistake I see most JAX players make is they just like focus on beelining the enemy backline, right? It's like enemy carry, gotta kill, and that's not always the case, right? A lot of times it's completely sufficient to just Q on them, stun them, maybe force their flash or something, and then run back to your team and help your team kill the enemy front line while you distracted the enemy backline, right? That's kind of, it helps your team play front to back, because while the enemy backline is dealing with you, your team can kill their front line, if that makes sense. So, yep, that's pretty much it. If you do like this video, if you learned something, please feel free to drop a like and subscribe. Live on Twitch pretty much every day. So, I will see you guys there. Doses.